Atmavandan everyone, good evening. Very warm welcome. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning. Thank you so much for joining today, and a very warm welcome to you all. So today, the format will be the same. We'll read a chapter from the amazing book, The Compassionate Buddha, by the very learned Anandamurti Guruma, and we'll start from where we left off yesterday. We'll then have a short meditation, and then we'll have some time for reflection of the key learning points. So we're on chapter 16, called Pragya, Ladder to the Ultimate Truth. And we're on page 155. The models of cars have changed over the years, but the model of your mind is very ancient. One needs all kinds of diverse ways to get it sorted, and there are diverse practices devised to cater to the diverse aptitudes and natural inclinations of different people. That will help them to focus. Various techniques are used to connect the mind to that one focal point, be it a mantra or tratak or anything else. And as the mind starts to connect with the technique, it starts to concentrate. And in that concentration, eventually meditation happens. Concentration is just the first step. It is not the end point. I have received many letters in relation to the meditation session that was held this morning. Most of you have said that you liked the session, felt joy, and even after the session ended, you felt like being quiet. Just as even after the meditation session had ended, the joy, the quietude lingered on. Likewise, the ecstasy that lingers after attainment of Gyan, that is Pragya. Until and unless you don't meditate, how will you experience the ecstasy that lingers after meditation? Likewise, until and unless you don't listen to the words of wisdom spoken by an enlightened master, how will Pragya arise? Listening, contemplating, and then finally experiencing it yourself, getting established in the understood knowledge without any doubts, that will lead to the birth of Pragya. Getting established in the understood knowledge without any doubts. Now this is very difficult. Listening to the words of knowledge imparted by the master, followed by contemplation, and then finally one experiences the expounded truth. Direct first-hand experience. However, listening should be in the right way. Swami Nishchalananda has defined listening, i.e. Shravan, as the actual experience of the heard words. Understanding the inherent meaning without any doubts and not merely hearing the words. For example, say if someone says to you, "Can you give me a glass of water?" And in reply you say, "Okay," but that's it. You don't actually get up to get the glass of water. This is not listening. True listening will be when you understand the meaning of the said words and you actually fetch a glass of water for that person. If someone asks you, "Did you listen to the discourses held in the Shivir?" You will say, "Yes, I have listened." Wait, don't nod in affirmation in haste. You have heard the words uttered in the discourses, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, for 5 consecutive days. But is this mere hearing the words equal to listening, Shravan? What is the big deal in hearing? After all, if the ears are open, the words are bound to enter your ears, just as a snake enters and comes out of a hole, a burrow in the earth. This is not listening. The listening will be complete only when one understands the meaning of the heard words. and actually experiences it. It is only then the knowledge imparted by the master and the complete listening by the disciple, leading to experiential wisdom, culminates in the rising of Pragya, a higher wisdom. Buddha has said, use the weapon of Pragya to wage a war against Mara. What is Mara? The devil of ignorance and the ego. Jesus Christ returned to his mother at the age of 21. His father Joseph asked him to help out in the family business of weaving. Jesus, however, refused and went away to meditate in isolation. For 40 days he stayed atop a mountain. It is said that on the 38th day the devil appeared and tried to lure him away with the bait of food, alcohol, and other worldly attractions. Jesus used his pragya to fight off the devil and his temptations. In this context, the devil is a metaphor. It doesn't allude to any external devil, but to the devil residing in your own mind, trying to dissuade you from the spiritual path. Earlier, I talked about conscious and subconscious mind. You may fight with your conscious mind, but what about the subconscious mind? There are innumerable seeds of impressions in your subconscious mind, which is like the storehouse in the basement of your home. You are completely unaware of these deep-set impressions that periodically keep sprouting in your conscious mind in the form of habitual tendencies and emotional patterns. And when these impressions present in the subconscious mind awaken, it can delude the mind of even someone who is otherwise focused and virtuous. Those who do gardening or farming will know that when the season of the flowers or vegetables ends, you uproot the plants and then sow new plants or seeds. But sometimes the seeds of the earlier harvest of crops or flowers go deep into the soil, and you're unable to uproot them. Hence, even when you plant roses, sometimes marigold flowers too crop up, simply because their seeds had entered the deeper soil. Hence, you get marigold flowers besides rose, although you didn't want them. Likewise, there are millions of seeds lying dormant in your subconscious mind, but you can't see them. The conscious mind is like your drawing room, and subconscious mind is akin to the basement of your house. And you rarely enter your basement, maybe once in years. In this context, I've received another question. I'm slowly becoming aware of my conscious mind, where it falters, and what are its weaknesses. However, I am not at all aware of the subconscious mind. How can I attempt to still the subconscious mind when I'm so clueless about its existence? Don't worry about the subconscious mind. Just be aware of the conscious mind and how it works. The seeds of past impressions, whenever these sprout, the effects will be manifest in the conscious mind. But the one who is minutely aware of the conscious mind will immediately grasp these early manifestations and readily uproot them. One cannot see the seed which is present in the soil, but when this develops into a sapling, then it comes on the surface and becomes visible to the eyes. Likewise, one can be aware of thoughts only at the level of the conscious mind. The seeds of the samskaras, past impressions, are present in the subconscious, but influence all the thoughts, emotions occurring at the level of the conscious mind, and these in turn affect your actions. Virtuous or sinful, auspicious or inauspicious. And if one is not aware of the happenings in the conscious mind, soon the manifested sapling will grow and the roots will spread. This will make uprooting them difficult. Is it easy to uproot a fully grown peepal tree? It has to be uprooted right when it is a tender sapling, or else its roots spread so fast that it becomes virtually impossible to uproot the gigantic tree. So you don't know where all the seeds have been sprinkled in the earth. You cannot see the seeds, but you can see the saplings, and then it is easy to uproot a plant. Likewise, you cannot catch the samskaras that are lying in the subconscious mind, but if you are aware, you can catch the saplings of thoughts and emotions that manifest in the conscious mind. The more aware you are, more is the ease in catching them early and then uprooting them. Reverting back to the story of Satyagam Jabali, living in that isolation meant that no interactions were occurring at the level of the mind, no input of new impressions, samskaras, into the mind. Years passed by, the calves were growing up, and it was not only the calves that were growing, Satyagama's awareness too was simultaneously evolving. And this is what the master had intended. The sage had adopted a novel ploy to achieve this. Had the Guru simply commanded Satyagam to stay in isolation without doing anything, he would have found it difficult. So he gave him a pretext that kept him going. Living in that inner quietude with a stilled mind and subdued senses, effortlessly being in meditation, contemplating and seeking, who am I? He eventually experienced the truth. I am that. These were no longer mere words for him, but his very own experiential truth. Along with the large herd of cows, he returned to his Guru. The sage merely glanced at Satyagama's face. No questions, no answers, nothing at all. Satyagama's returning to the master, and his face revealed to the master the heights he had attained. As soon as he saw his master, Satyagam fell at the Rishi's feet and said, "O beloved master, it is your grace which has blessed me with the inner awakening." On the face of it, it may appear that there was no reason to thank the Guru for what he had done. But on the contrary, the master had given him a valuable precept. He sent him away on the quest of who am I, asking him to return only when the herd of cows had multiplied, knowing very well that all that time in isolation and contemplation, he would return having experienced the truth for himself. The story also elicits that in those times, the masters would simply give one precept to the disciple and ask him to work on it for years and years. However, the modern-day disciple is in a hurry and wants a ready-made package of knowledge from the master without having to put in any efforts. But what use will these mere words be? Even if they are of knowledge, as words can only point, but can never ever replace the need for experiential truth. Only experiential truth leads to the rising of pragya. And without pragya, how will you wage the war against the devil of ignorance, ego? But what after experiencing the truth, attaining the heights of spiritual evolution, Buddha had said, don't be attached to even that achievement. Don't gloat. For where does the question of attachment arise when one remembers the fundamental principle of impermanence of this body, and indeed anything else? Question. When you ask us to do meditation by invoking the divine, the Lord, be it Ram or any other god, to enter the heart, my question is, why should we do this when we are the divine ourselves? When we have understood that we are none other than God, then should we be meditating on ourselves or on God? See, this is the problem. You are chewing more than you can digest. Eat only as much as you can digest. Otherwise, it leads to indigestion. And this is meant for all of you and not the questioner alone. You ask whether you should meditate on yourself or on God. This means as of now you think that God is separate from you. You have merely heard, I am the divine, but this is not your own experiential truth. Hence, my dear, you still haven't understood, haven't grasped the essence of the statement. In this meditation technique, the imaginative power of the mind is availed, that the Lord is entering my heart, and all my impurities are getting cleansed. A thorn is used to remove the thorn that has pierced the soul. Likewise, your mind is so entangled in the web of all kinds of imaginations. So, in order to cut that web, I have created this technique where you focus on this imagination that the Lord is entering my heart and cleansing all impurities. The idea behind this is that by imagining any deity or guru, the mind gets focused and all the earlier distractions that were occurring in the mind are cut off. Instead of the chaotic multitude of thoughts, the mind gets centered onto a single thought. Once Lord Ram questioned Hanuman, "Who are you?" Hanuman replied, "My answer depends on who is asking this question. At the plane of the body, you are my master, and I am your servant. At the level of the mind, you are God, and I am the individual self. But if you are asking at the plane beyond the mind, body, intellect, then you are the absolute truth, and I am the form of the absolute truth." Once when I was in Toronto, the head of the Gurudwara told me that I had to visit some people. He'd arranged that without getting my consent. Nevertheless, I relented and reached the fellow's house after a long drive of around 2 hours. He asked me to take a seat and I sat on the sofa. I was accompanied by 3 to 4 disciples and they sat on the floor. The host and his family sat on chairs. The host asked me, "Do you regard yourself as superior to others? For you are sitting on the sofa and you have made your disciples sit on the floor." I said that if I really did consider myself as superior, then I would have insisted that the host and his family too sat down on the floor and not on the chairs. It was entirely my disciples' choice to sit down on the floor. It has been the Indian tradition that one doesn't sit beside or at the level of the Guru, and that is what the disciples were following. But the host persisted, saying that you should not allow them to sit down on the floor. He continued saying that Guru Nanak Dev had said that all are equal. I replied that I am in complete agreement to that. It is true that all are equal. However, why then does one give such respect to Sri Guru Granth Sahib and the seat of the Guru in the Gurudwara, a canopy of gold and what not? The man said that this is because one is paying respect to the form of Guru, to the body of the Guru, and the holy scriptures that were compiled from the words uttered by the Gurus. Well, that is indeed appropriate, so it should be. But what if someone goes to the Gurudwara and insists that everyone is equal, so he would want to sit at the same level as the Guru? What will happen then? If you start mixing precepts of knowledge with practical behavior without understanding the essence, that will indeed become problematic. The body is yours, but you use specific parts for doing specific tasks. Now, what will happen if you insist that it is my body, so I will use whichever part I want, like eat with my ears rather than the mouth? Is that practical? If the statement of God and I are one and the same was your own experiential truth, you wouldn't be deluded, wouldn't have any doubts, any misapprehension. The problem is that you are not as yet ready to grasp the lofty meaning held in these profound statements. The mind deludes you into thinking that mere hearing of these words entails that you have arrived at the destination. You are on the ground, but want to take one massive leap to the sky. How will you take this leap when you have tied yourself down by so many ropes. No, my dear, the understanding will happen only gradually. So when Kabir says, "You and I are the same," this statement holds true for Kabir, but not you. It is your goal to reach this stage, and hence you need to take the required efforts. This path has to be treaded slowly, taking one step at a time. Focus on your goal, but meanwhile you have to take all those necessary steps to reach there. Hence I gave you this technique of imagining that the Lord is entering your heart. But remember this, but an imagination. It does not mean that the Lord or the Guru is actually entering your heart. But what this leads to is that your mind, that was earlier fragmented, thinking about so many different things, now gets focused on the Lord, on the Guru. Question. In your narrative of the life of Buddha, you mentioned the story of Krishna Gautami. Krisha means weak, but what does the word Gautami mean? Does it mean strong? Secondly, you mentioned the incident of the lotus flower. Why did the disciple laugh, the one who received the lotus flower? In the word Gautami, Go refers to the sensory organs. So the word Gautami means the one who has gone beyond the bondage of the sensory organs. It refers to the one who is no longer a slave to seeking the sensory gratification, the one who is detachedly aware of the functioning of the senses. With respect to the lotus story, even till this date, so many intellectuals and philosophers are pulling their hair, trying to figure out the meaning. And you want me to give you the answer so easily? Mind you, I can give you the answer now. But what will the fun in that be? After all, when you read a murder mystery, whodunit book, would you go straight to the last page to find out who the murderer was? No, for the fun is in all the twists and turns that you encounter in page after page. When someone sees a film and says to you, "Shall I narrate the story? It was such an interesting film," you will not want to hear the story because it will take away the fun when you go to watch the movie. Likewise, I can surely explain why Mahakashyapa had laughed, but I leave that for you to find out. I don't know if this poetry that has been sent to me is a question or answer. When I was pining for my beloved, how would I fantasize on what I would say, what I would do? But when he did come in front of me, I was so benumbed, and I stood dumbfounded, rooted to the ground like a statue. See, Buddha's teachings were, in a way, rather dry and very to the point, a no-nonsense attitude in relating the truth, the path of Gyan. They introduce you to the truth of the diseases lurking in your own mind. And truth is bitter, difficult to take in, difficult to digest. But then it is also true that medicine, albeit bitter, cures the disease. In this case, ailment of the mind. Listening and contemplating on the heard words of wisdom, meditating, slowly the mind starts stilling, quietening. Then there is another way leading to the truth, the path of love. Mirabai never had to do any pranayam or use any other meditation aids. All she did was love. And Mirabai did attain the same heights as were attained by Buddha. Buddha had a solemn, grave disposition, sitting as still as a mountain, but nevertheless was experiencing inner bliss. Hence the subtle smile on his pensive face. On the other hand, Mira was full of movement, what with all her singing and dancing and pining, but nonetheless, inside she was still as Buddha was. There is no comparison between the two, such diverse paths. One path of Buddha, that was of austere Gyan, and the other of Mirabai, of spiritual love. Such a path passes through the alleys of my heart, where even a non-believer becomes God. There is indeed a marked difference in the two paths. Someone has sent a couplet. Since aeons I have been in my senses, I have been aware, but the mastery hasn't been revealed. Who am I? Where am I? Since aeons I have been in my senses, I have been aware. See, that is the problem. What you refer to as being aware, being in your senses, is not real awareness. You don't have a clue of what awareness is. And all the discourses, satsangs, are meant for introducing you to awareness. I would also like to clarify another thing. It is not just by listening to my words that you will gain something. As you keep on listening, contemplating and meditating, a moment comes when suddenly, effortlessly, the transformation happens in just a moment. But one can't say when that moment will come. Thence the need for unwavering patience and perseverance. A Zen story goes as follows. A disciple who had been meditating for years would weep and persistently ask his master as to when he would get enlightened. The master would keep on reassuring him to continue his practice with patience. But the disciple continued to be distressed, and he would keep on seeking reassurance. Then one night, hearing a knock on his door, the master woke up to find the disciple at his doorstep. The master looked at the disciple's face. It was peaceful, tears streaming down his cheeks. He fell at the master's feet and continued to weep silently. He said, "O Master, I would relentlessly question you as to when my ignorance would get eradicated. Why you didn't tell me that it would happen tonight? I would keep on asking when the flame of wisdom would light up in me, and yet so suddenly you filled my entire being with this blazing light." The master replied, "I haven't done anything. The flame of supreme consciousness was always present within you. Earlier you were not aware, and now you are." Kabir has beautifully put this as, "It is a long journey, O traveller. Don't while your time away, but keep on walking without worrying about when you will arrive at your destination. When the journey itself becomes enjoyable, one doesn't get impatient to arrive quickly. It is only when one doesn't want to take the required steps on the path, the journey becomes cumbersome, and all that remains is a desperation to reach, to finally arrive. Have patience and walk the path with determination. There is nothing to lose, but everything to be gained. One can only receive in the Lord's home, no question of losing anything. The thirst will not be quenched only by listening to the words of wisdom. It will be quenched only by pragya. How will self-realization occur? By knowledge? No, by pragya. In the Bhagavad Gita, the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna was such a long-drawn affair. Arjuna remained confused, no matter how much and how long Krishna kept explaining. Finally, the Lord said, "I give you the eyes of pragya so that you can see my macrocosmic form." It is worth noticing that he said eyes of pragya and not the eyes of knowledge. For all that while he had been imparting knowledge, but to no avail. Ignorance can be eradicated only by pragya, the higher wisdom, and not by knowledge. Knowledge or gyan is but one step leading to the rising of the fragrance of pragya. Question. The path is arduous, but yet I find it so facile. This is nothing but my Master's grace. I had lived my entire life in dissolution, but now that I have hung your picture on the wall, this barren place has become a home. Earlier I would embrace even a thorn, But now even flowers I do scorn. Since the day I have bowed my head at your feet, your abode seems loftier than the sky. My dear, my abode has always been loftier than the sky. I don't have the need for you to bow your head at my feet. The couplet says, now even flowers I do scorn. Here I interpret the flowers to represent false praise, pseudo-acclaim. This can make you feel good only for a moment. Steer clear of such flowers, as these will be accompanied by thorns that will hurt you. On the other hand, never be afraid to accept thorns, for you know up front that they are thorns, no hidden nasty surprises. The one who speaks ill of you, befriend such a person, for even if 10% of what he says is false, the remainder 90% will be the truth. So, by listening to these facts about yourself, you will not only enhance your patience, but in addition, you'll come to know of your own fallacies and inadequacies, and you'll be able to work on eradicating the impurities. After all, how can you improve if you don't know where you lack? Kabir says, be close to the ones who sling mud on you, who criticize you. Reverting back to the couplet, the writer says, this appears to be my master's grace. See, if my blessings could sort everything for you, then what was a need for you to seek my blessings? The problem is that my blessings are not reaching you, but still I continue to shower my blessings on one and all, always wishing you your welfare. However, I know that your well-being is in none but your own hands. So you have to learn to control the strings of your life. You can learn the way of living here in the Shivir, but your real testing ground is your life when you return home. So, walk on this path with courage, undaunted by anything. Accept the roses and the thorns on the path with equanimity. No craving and no aversion. The key to the lock of your ignorance is with no one but you. Go on, use it. Okay, thank you, Babaji. So we'll stop there. That completes chapter 16. Now go on to the short meditation. So please kindly sit in a meditative position. Remove any glasses if you're wearing them. Cross your feet. Clasp your fingers into fingers and sit with your back straight. Focus on your breathing and be in the here and now. We'll take 3 deep breaths. And as you breathe in, feel your stomach expand, and we'll breathe out through the mouth. So take a nice deep breath in. Hold. And out through your mouth. And again, a nice deep breath in. Hold. And out through your mouth. And again, a nice deep breath in. Hold. And gently breathe it out. Gently focus on each breath coming into your body, bringing lots of positivity, calmness and peace, and joy and happiness. Be focused on your breath coming in and being removed out as well. As you breathe out, feel all your fears, negativity, any worries being removed by each single breath. Now focus on your feet and your toes, the sole of your foot, top of your foot. Totally at ease, totally relaxed. onto your shins and the calf muscles. Totally relaxed, totally at ease. Your knees, your thighs, your hip area. Totally at ease and relaxed. Onto all your internal organs, your kidneys, pancreas, small and big intestines, stomach, lungs, heart, everything working in total sync, working automatically for you without you actually having to do the work that they're doing. Feel totally at ease with every breath that you take. Feel your shoulders being lowered. Your upper arm, lower arm, hands totally relaxed. Your neck muscles, front and back, totally at ease. Your ears, your face muscles, eyes, nose, mouth, head, everything totally at ease. As you feel this ease, listen to the silence within. Feel the peace within. And see yourself as a beautiful, bright, shining light that dwells in between your eyebrows. And as you focus on this light, see yourself coming out of this body and looking down, and show deep gratitude for being blessed with such an amazing masterpiece of a body that works like clockwork. Everything functions as it should in a timely manner. Your heart beats at the right time, your lungs work properly, all the organs working in sync. And gently feel yourself, light as a feather, coming out above your body, looking down, and gently see yourself coming out of the roof of your home into the beautiful sky around you. As you fly higher and higher, feel yourself as if you are the most beautiful butterfly you've ever seen. Now imagine yourself to be a butterfly of your favourite colour, whatever that may be. Orange, yellow, pink, purple, gold, silver, whatever is your favourite colour. Imagine you are that colour in the form of a beautiful butterfly. Gently shake your wings and take the sky as if it's your own home. Enjoy that feeling of being a light, beautiful butterfly that has the free will to go wherever you want to. Have fun. You can pretend you're on a roller coaster ride, you're in the park, in the slide. There's nothing to stop you. Go with the wind. Feel one with the wind, as if the winds carry you to your favourite place, wherever that may be. And as you're this beautiful butterfly, look up to the bright blue sky. How beautiful is this Mother Earth and all the 5 elements? And feel yourself flying higher and higher. and you are totally at ease, peacefully flying around with no tension, no worries, in your own element. You're free from within and out. Nothing's tying you down, nothing's holding you back. If you could go anywhere, where would you go if you were a butterfly? And as you're flying, you come across this beautiful, beautiful paradise island full of beautiful trees and flowers, as if they're calling out to you, inviting you to sit on them and take in the nectar of the beautiful flowers. So imagine the beautiful flowers that you've ever seen. Beautiful roses, marigolds, jasmine, all with their individual distinctive smells and fragrances that are luring you into the flowers. And as you gently rest on a rose flower, take a nice deep breath in and smell the beautiful rose, the fragrance that's so divine and beautiful. How amazing is this amazing planet, where even simple fragrances can be so intoxicating and beautiful and divine. This beautiful rose smells so divine that you don't want to leave the rose. It's so warm and comforting. The beautiful smell makes you feel uplifted and super calm and peaceful and happy. And with every breath in, you feel more and more cleansed and healed, as if that beautiful fragrance is reaching into every single cell of your body. Even as a butterfly, you feel as if you're being transformed and cleansed and healed. With every breath that you're taking in, all your impurities, all your negativities, anything that's holding you back is being taken away. And instead, you're being filled with this divine, pure fragrance of a rose, a beautiful rose. And as you sit here, you feel totally at peace, as if you could just fall asleep in this beautiful rose, because you feel so comfortable. The petals feel like velvet and almost like a cushioning to you because you're so light as a butterfly. Enjoy this feeling. How lucky we are to have such a beautiful imagination, to think that we are actually a butterfly. And not just any butterfly, a beautiful, super amazing butterfly that's perfect in every way. Totally symmetrical, everything in the correct proportion, and your heart's beating away in a nice rhythm. Whilst you're sitting on this rose, you feel as if you're actually meditating, sitting in this beautiful rose. It's so inviting that you don't want to leave this rose. It feels so perfect. You feel at home, as if you belong here. Now, as you feel as if you're going to be dropping off, going into deep sleep, flap your wings a bit, wake yourself up. Let's carry on this expedition. So gently bow down to the rose and say thank you for the beautiful home that they provided you. giving you such a warm welcome, and say, we'll be back, but for now we're going to fly higher and fly with the beautiful birds. So give the rose a nice big hug with your beautiful wings and take a few flaps and fly high into the sky again. And as you're flying, you come across a family of birds who see you and they swarm towards you. And as if they're talking to you, saying, wow, welcome to our area. Come and join us. And now you merge with this beautiful family of birds. They're chirping away, singing away, and you're dancing with these beautiful birds, totally at peace, totally at ease. And as you flap your wings, you don't feel tired, but you've got more and more energy with every flap. You've got more and more energy as you keep up with these beautiful birds who are singing to you. God's made us in such a beautiful form where we can appreciate even nature in the form of a butterfly and a bird. And as you're flying with these beautiful birds, you feel enchanted by their singing, as if they're stealing your heart away. They're singing with pure love and devotion to the divine. They're showing their gratitude through their singing, just as we show gratitude by our words and our prayers. Animals too show their gratitude to the Divine Master. So next time we hear a bird chirping and singing, just imagine they're singing their prayers of gratitude. And as we think of the word gratitude, start singing with the birds as if you're singing and joining in with the singing of the birds as well. And show gratitude for everything that we're so blessed with. Show gratitude for this meditation, for the visualization. Show gratitude to our amazing brain and mind, the power of imagination. And show gratitude to the Divine Supreme Being for making us a masterpiece in our own way. We too are the same bright light and part of the Divine Supreme Being. How lucky are we to have this human body form? And as you're flying with the birds, totally lost with their enchanted singing, you wave them goodbye and say, thank you, beautiful birds, for allowing me to join you. Do carry on your journey and we'll meet again sometime. Now, as you lose the birds, you carry on flapping your wings and you think of everything that you're grateful for. Everything that we're so blessed to have. Our mind, our intellect, our power of reasoning, of remembering, our memory, and the knowledge to know what's right and what's wrong. We are so blessed as a human being to have this faculty. And this we can see by coming out of the body. We can see it at a glance. Everything that we take for granted when we are in the body itself. So when you look out as like a witness to the body, just think of what an amazing piece of machinery the body actually is. Deep gratitude for our digestion, for all the organs. The fact that we can eat something and it gets converted to energy and the waste is removed automatically, it's absolutely amazing. So deep gratitude to the Lord Divine who resides within our hearts. And as you're flying as this butterfly, still have this mode of gratitude. Deep, deep gratitude to amazing Mother Nature, for the beautiful plant kingdom, the beautiful flowers that we take for granted, the beautiful fragrance, the colour, the shape, as if they're all smiling and dancing with you. Deep, deep gratitude to the mineral kingdom, animal kingdom, to all the birds, all the species, to every single human being that we've had an interaction with, to our family and friends, our siblings, spouse, parents, grandparents, ancestors. Deep, deep gratitude for everything they've taught you and supported you with. Deep, deep gratitude to all our teachers, all our gurus, for holding our hand and helping us by imparting the knowledge to us that helps us grow spiritually and reach our soul purpose. Deep, deep gratitude to our Ishtadev, to whoever you believe in, that's always there for you, helping you, supporting you. Your inner voice, your inner higher self, that's there, always there, willing to help and support you. Deep, deep gratitude to Mahavdar Babaji for his amazing, amazing unified course and all the knowledge that he's imparting to us on a daily basis. Deep, deep gratitude to Lord Buddha for teaching us this enlightenment of the need for discipline and meditation and inner focus. Deep, deep gratitude to Anandamurti Guruma for this amazing book and imparting this knowledge to us all. Deep, deep gratitude to all our divine masters that are there for us, holding our hand on a daily basis. Deep, deep gratitude to all the 5 elements for all their help and support. Deep, deep gratitude for every single person in our lives and all the things that we have. Now gently, as this butterfly, see yourself fluttering back down. Come lower and lower, and as you come down, past all the trees, all the beautiful flowers, come down back into your neighbourhood, into your home. And as that bright light, come back into this beautiful, beautiful body of ours. Now that you're back in this body, show gratitude for this amazing experience that we've just had. Now gently take your hands, rub them, place them over your beautiful eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently open your eyes with your hands still over them and feel this divine energy that we've just received. And spread this all over your beautiful face, head, ears, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, stomach, thighs, knees, legs, feet, and anywhere where you need extra healing. Feel that positivity and calmness and peace within. And gently open your eyes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Babaji. Deep, deep gratitude to you all for joining in this amazing experience.
Thank you. Thank you. For such a wonderful session and a wonderful meditation. I really enjoyed it a lot. how beautifully Han Guru Ma explained that um, Guru is Guru, a teacher is a teacher,
Mhm.
a student is a student. A student doesn't matter how much that student learn, but the teacher see beyond. And the very beautiful explanation by Hanumanji also, like when he said about Ram and himself, that how he see him and how he see himself. If we keep in our mind, um, never think like I'm superior than others. If I always give priority to learn new things
Mhm.
by learning even from a bird, from animal, not
Mhm.
only from human beings, from nature. We
Mhm.
learn lots of things from the things around us, yeah. From the seasons, we learn so many things. From every month, the energies, we learn so many things. Cosmic and universal energies teaches us in a very different and unique way. All the trees, means there are lots of different kinds of trees, right? Different kinds of species. What I'm means grasping from today's chapter is like, see everything from the perspective that be open to learn. And when you are in a surrender, let them guide you. And when they guide you, uh, uh, accept it as it is, because as Guru Ma mentioned that when she went to the devotees home, the her disciples were giving her respect. So they were sitting on the floor, and the other people were sitting next to her. This is the mindset how you, because nothing is wrong in that, but the thing is, if I show respect and regard to my guru, uh, I am showing not respect to that physical form. I am showing respect to the uh, unlimited teaching I learned from them, because guru is always a guru. Doesn't matter, we can't take their places. Yes, some students, when they are under training of their masters, they become superior. But who gives you that guidance? Your master. Without master, you are nothing. So, and Guru Ma explained it very beautifully, and with the Lord Buddha also, how means he knows that um, how to diffuse a conflict, basically. Like, he lived in a very royal life, he learned everything, he know uh, uh, how to live in a luxurious life, right? How to enjoy the life, because since from his childhood he was enjoying all those luxury. But the moment he had that realization, these are the worldly things, these are the just the attachments, and they are so much attached with me that I forget to see who am I, why I'm on earth, what is my purpose of my life. It is not just to eat, sleep, drink. Now it is something beyond this physical form, and to experience something beyond this physical form, you have to go through meditation. And meditation is first, when we start meditation, and the first thing happen is the first stage of start decluttering start, because before you were never in that situation where you were sitting with yourself. But the moment you start becoming your own companion, oh my god, then you are like, oh no, this is not me. Because the filter, you can see through your own self, that um how we manipulate our own self, we mold ourselves according to the situations, rather than go, means we get attached na, that's why we get manipulated with the things. But when we have the true guru, he said these are like, be Surround yourself with all these things, but don't get attached to these things, but learn from these things. What is the teaching behind that? What is the teaching behind that situation? Why you are thinking that way? Why you never think in another direction? Why you are always some people are solution oriented, some are problem oriented. They see with every problem like more problem. Some people see of okay, there is a problem, but there is also opportunity. Let me think means another way, that whatever happened, it needs to happen because maybe I am repeating the same thing again and again, I'm doing the same wrong thing again and again, that's why the results are always the same, because I never tried something different, Anna. But when how you get this kind of maturity when you are in the company of a guru who tell you that, like when we were in the first class, that time we were thinking, oh, I can't get means pass this class, because our mindset was, for me, for first year syllabus is too much. But once you pass that level, then you can tell other people, no, 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 that's very easy. But the person who is going through that process, it is hard for them. But who is supporting that time that child? The teacher. The teacher is saying that, you are on the right path, do whatever we are guiding you, and by listening to this, by adapting these things in your life, you will slowly slowly see that it is not that hard the way you are taking it. So many times we are like, I was so much addicted with sweets before, but now is more than 7 8 years, I hardly take it. Means I'm not saying that I'm completely I get rid of sweets, but here and there. I never buy, not never bring it at home, because I know then the habit will start again. And these things, like when you come into the meditation, or when you start focusing on anything like your own health, you know this thing is bad for my health. Yeah, we go for the physical test, blood test, and all these physical tests. Have we go through for any mental test where I can see through the things clearly? How much I damaged my own memory? What are the means? Like we know 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte of memory, yeah. But how much memories I have stored here, how many time I recycled it, how many time I was like, oh, this is a junk meal, let me delete it permanently. We never think that way. But when we come to when we join any master, when any guru, like Guru Master, she is explaining everything so nicely, that start doing meditation, make yourself more calm, relax. The more calm and relaxed you are, the more you will understand the situation. You won't run from the things, even you want to means feel that this thing is that important. Sometimes means people are frustrated, oh, the bus is not coming, I'm getting late, I'm getting late. If you're late, you are late, right?
Mm.
But there are so many things, when you do it practically, and when you correlate with the same thing with any master, you were like, oh, they are absolutely right, I never think that way.
Mm.
When you were and Guru Ma explained everything so beautifully, um, and in a very simple wording, that it touch your core, and you were like, oh yeah, actually, yes, these are the situations happen in my life where I am thinking that way. As today I was watching a video which was very nice. That person was saying, what you give importance to money, you give importance to gold, right? And you use gold when you have to go to any occasion. You're not, means very rarely people wear it every day. And he said the same way, if you have the money, you try to invest it somewhere rather than keeping it with you. So he said, but for that reason, your entire life, you're running behind money, you're running behind all luxurious things. uh, if we think in a depth, Yes, that is how we are, like, again and again coming, going through the same situations, because I'm not thinking that what is more important for me. I need a shelter, I need food, I need clothes. And one of the lady, she said beautifully the thing. That video I also loved. She said, if you think about, means your life, how many things actually you need? She said couple of clothes, yeah, few utensils, right? Few occasional dresses, right? And she says very small things. But she said if you see right now in your home, maybe there are so many things you never checked in years. You had it, you are holding on it, but you're never using it. And the same way, we change our clothes, we use up to date technology, as in even in today's chapter, our Guru Ma mentioned, we use advanced phone, advanced technology, but our thoughts are not, our character is not up to date. My thinking is still very orthodox about myself and about other people. It's very easy to say anything to anyone, but when it comes to us, I won't accept it, because I'm not accepting other people's. I'm interfering in everyone's life. And the role of meditation and guru is, they are detaching us from that, that look at your own self, make yourself free from all these relationships, from all these friendships. And means, this book you choose, means it's a lovely book, seriously. So many thoughts, came pop up, it's like burst. When you were even reading, so many things come, I will, oh yeah, yes, yeah, this type of things happen in our life. And how beautifully, like from a small thing, we learn how guru, when a guru is explaining the things, then I was like, guru is always a guru. Like that person compared Guru Ma, that they made that choice to sit on the floor, but how beautifully she explained, if you go to your holy place where your guru is, right? So the things are very simple, but we make it complicated, because we won't change our thinking pattern. If there are certain things, discipline is also very important. And on the same time, if I'm not giving respect to other, don't expect you will get the respect. Doesn't matter it is your guru, your fellow being, or anyone. uh, Means, why I'm giving this example, that how their disciple compared Guru Ma, but later on when she explained it, then maybe it raw means hit him deeply, that yeah, she is right actually. When we see our elder ancestors, we are talking about our ancestors, or any of our gurus, we always take means think that they are here and I'm on a very grounded state, right? uh, it- and we have to keep that distance and respect all the time. Not when the guru is in front of me, later on I will like take him or her for granted. So deep gratitude to Guru Ma. I really enjoy these chapters. So many things to learn, but you need to sit down with an empty mind, and then you will get so many ideas. Oh yes, we never think like this. I have to be very calm and relaxed. If I am frustrated, I will take my frustration either on myself or on other people. For no reason, I will make, my own life bad and other people's life as well. But when I do meditation, I'm bringing peace within myself, and wherever I go, I'm creating the same peace for everyone. But even during the meditation, I have to be very honest to myself. Otherwise, we won't experience anything. When you were guiding the meditation, I was feeling every single thing, especially the part of the rose. You said like a velvet. And I was seriously, I was feeling it. that I am only means, I'm laying down on a very velvety surface. So that's how you have to be in a complete surrender. That's how divine shows you, reveal you the things when you are in alignment with it. Everyone can heal themselves, but the only thing is your mindset. Don't think that I'm superior, I know everything. If you start from a zero, you can become something. But if you think I'm already 100, you won't get it, because then the ego is there. There is no learning. And discussion is very important. It is not like it's showing other people that you are very open, means you are very great. When we discuss things, so many things, we learn from each other.
Mhm.
What you get from today's letter, chapter, tell me.
So to me, I think what struck a chord was that don't just read and hear the words, experience it. So it's not good enough just to hear the words. We've now got to go a step notch above and actually experience it. So to me, that's quite deep in the sense that this isn't just a mere everyday book. It's not just words. There's more magic to be felt if you experience what Guru Ma's trying to teach us, which seems quite high, but I feel I'm on the right path. So I'm right at the basement at the minute. I know I've got a long way to go, but that to me was a deep message. And the second thing about critics, if people criticize you, it's because you're at fault somewhere along the line. For them to waste their time, energy, and effort in shouting or yelling at you, be grateful because they're actually doing you a favor by opening your eyes to your ignorance that you've accepted as the norm when in their eyes you're actually in the wrong. So it's that ego that stops you from improving, growing, becoming better. But it's how to get to that stage of overcoming that ego and accepting that person rather than shutting them out and saying, because you're criticizing me, because you're raising your voice, I don't want to know. Instead, you need to open yourself up and say, actually, then maybe they're right. And I think I've also heard that if somebody criticizes you, they're actually helping you by washing away your sins. I don't know how that works, but I've heard that by people criticizing you, you're actually quite lucky, which sounds weird, but I think that's true. So that touched a notch that in future, when I get shouted at or somebody criticizes me, I need to get up and shake their hands, not physically, but mentally, that I'm grateful that you've highlighted this about me, which I was totally oblivious to. My ego, my ignorance wasn't allowing me to see it. So I think there's a lot of change that I need to do through this book. And sometimes I feel because I'm reading it, I'm not actually absorbing it and taking it in, but I know my subconscious mind is still taking it in and it is actually sinking in and working. And then the bit about you said about we have so much material attachment. Did you know 70% of our wardrobe sits as a wardrobe? We don't even use 70%. You keep on using 30% of your clothes and you keep buying more and more. 70% is almost like it's for display and you never hardly touch it, which is sad. So it's having that level of understanding and acceptance and what's the word? Satisfaction. You don't need any more.
Yeah, that's why I think it hit me very deeply when I was listening to it. Uh, because we moved recently, so that time when we were doing packing, my kids were like, "Mom, you have so much stuff." When I now we came here, I still have the stuff outside. I said, "No, I have to get rid of completely all of these things. I don't want to keep it anymore with." So around 7 bags I have, which I have to give to the charity. And I was like, hardly I wear these once or twice. So it's better if I can give it to someone, someone else can wear it because it is a very good condition. No one can even say that I wore it. And in the same time, sharing also is like you're helping someone else. Maybe someone else is somewhere who having this dream of having these type of things you have in your life. Even I get rid of, electronic things. I have so many electronic things, because before kids were too young, so I was like, rather than they will use gas, if they can go with the electronic things, that is more safer. Yeah. But now I realize that, so I had so many electronic things with me, and I have so many clothes with me, even my kids and myself. I said, no, give it to other people. Give it in a condition where someone else can use it. Never give it that where even someone, if he give you, you can't wear it. Don't give things to other in that. It means things are the same. Like, if I'm an egoistic, I will keep it. Oh, I spent that much money on this, right? But whereas, why? Money is nothing. That time, that the moment you wear it, you already, whatever you spend, you already enjoyed that part of.
Appreciates it. Like a
Yeah,
car,
yeah,
it gets depreciated the minute you buy it, same depreciation. And yet the
yeah,
blessings and joy
yeah,
that that person will pass to you in some
exactly.
sort of sublime way, you'll actually
Yeah,
grow and benefit. So
yeah.
yeah, that's a key message. I totally need to detach. I'm probably worse than you, Monagaji. I always feel I'll use it one day. One day I'll need it. One day that one day never comes, and it
No,
just
no.
builds up and builds up.
How beautifully Guru Ma is explaining in a very simple way, like how she is killing our ego with very using very simple words. The way she explained that, where a devotee stands, where a master stands, right? That was a pride, right? We think, oh, who this person is. Some of the places you go, people really respect you. Some of the places you go, people really don't like you, who the hell he or she is think they are, right? But the thing is, everyone have their own mindset, you can't change it. But here, like you mentioned before, here is a learning. You are grateful for these people. It shows you sometime you are hanging with the wrong people. Sometime the thing is, you are with the people who won't value you. The things are both way. But most of the time, the you don't know more about yourself, but other people they do, because they are the one who is noticing everything about you, and you are not aware. You are very innocent, you're too much busy in your own, that you are not like criticizing others a lot. I've been to a place recently, and where this person was for everything. From where did you buy this? From where this thing you buy this? And for a second, my mind was like, why? Why? One is I will say, like, you are looking very beautiful, very pretty, Meenaji. I really appreciate, what you're wearing. And one is I'm questioning you. So there is a difference that, um, here is a means everything teaches in a very different and unique way. But it is up to me how I take the things. I take it as a personal attack, or I will think it's okay, this person's mindset is completely different. This person grown up by thinking about the things and situation in this way. That person is not wrong, but because that person grown up with that thinking, I can't change that person's thinking. But now my mind has said that this person is more materialistic, that's why they are going for that. Some people are attracted with your knowledge, some with your looks, some are with you for some benefits. So there are different categories of people. We have to filter, and then we have to identify that, okay, I know, I have the same qualities maybe in the past within myself, that's why I have this awareness now. But in the future, I have to declutter these things also. And decluttering home is like also you're decluttering your own clutter. You're so much attached with those things. These things again and again trigger you, that's why you can't get rid of it. But the moment you will say, no, I don't want it, take it, take it quick, immediately you will see that, you are in alignment. You are becoming a new person. It is not like you are not no more living with your family. You are with your family. You are with all your friends, everything. But now you have that maturity level that things are not permanent. People are not permanent. Your childhood friends are no more with you, right? Even your parents, you are not with your parents, with your other means. Even in your home, you are not with all of your family members whole day. No, we are not, right? So why I'm so much attached with everything, that I think that without this person or without this thing I can't survive. Once you start it, then detachment automatically comes. Sometimes people, my friend circle, especially at the touchwood, we all know our habits. Even if we call after 1 year, 2 years, we are the same.
Mm.
Never say anything like judge anyone or anything. Straightforward is the like is a means after a long time again I'm hanging with them or talking to them. We are like that, and that is the most important thing. And we never interfere in each other's life. These things come when you focus more on yourself, not on others. Really appreciate when people criticize some things in me. Yes, in the past, yes, I was little bit angry person, aggressive, because uh, put your feet in other person's shoe. You don't know what a person is going through and how that person manage the things. We judge very quickly. We judge very quickly, but now I'm not responding and reacting to anything. Then I was like, you know what? Because I was responding and reacting, that's why I was taking it so personally. So that detachment, I learned a lot. It takes time. It took me around 10 years to overcome all these things. But slowly, yes, I think with the help of meditation, it helps you a lot. And meditation, when your perspective change, your subconscious mind change, because now you're not seeing things from the same perspective you used to see in the past. It is like cooking the same recipe with less oil.
Healthier version.
The
I
ingredients.
think it's still hard though when someone's actually being quite aggressive or angry towards you. How do you level up? How do you show that compassion? It is quite difficult to be
Actually,
compassionate and to see it from their shoes as to what they're going through. And that's the
uh,
way they're reacting, the way they're, because actually harming themselves. I remember seeing a WhatsApp that when you're angry, you're actually burning your own body, as in you're harming your own self. The vessel, something about anger, the vessel is damaged itself. That
no,
where the anger.
the person who is angry, actually, because when I now I'm healing people, when I learn Reiki, so many things I can see through people. And being a carer also, I means I searched people's with psychology about their behavior and everything. I saw them very closely, observed them very closely. The most aggressive person only need love, nothing else. They just need someone to love them unconditionally, to understand them. But what happened is we are so egoistic, rather than understanding that person, we take it in another way. Why that person is angry? There is reason. No one that person is not feeling loved. When you're in love, doesn't matter what someone is saying to you, you won't take it on your heart. But when you are very lonely, that time you become frustrated, angry. That time you only need someone to love you unconditionally, to understand you for your healing. So there are so many things, everyone have their different perspective, but most of the people get angry because they think that no one understand them, no one knows what they are going through. uh, but some are extremely angry, then they have to means go through doctor or
Therapy.
therapy. Yeah, but
Manic.
some are like because of maybe they because when I was working with elderly people, they were mostly lonely. And if they are angry, I know they don't need anything. They just need someone to listen to them. And I was just listening to them and giving them a hug and saying, everything is okay, they are perfectly fine.
Mm.
So depend on people, person to person, and you can't teach meditation to everyone, because uh, if that person is not ready, you can't do anything. You can try. I try couple of times, then I give up. I said, like, maybe this person is, if that person don't want to go for it, no point.
Mm.
If they are just sitting next to me, I know they are not doing meditation. They are just showing that they are doing meditation, then no point. Some people, they are physically in the meditation, mentally somewhere else. Some people long time in the meditation, but still overthinker, because they are not in a complete surrender. They are still too much attached with the things.
Mm.
There are so many things, but thanks to this book, so many things we are learning from it, and the idea about the life, how we have to live the life, how we have to accept not only ourselves, others also. Best thing is mind your own business.
Mm.
Focus on improving yourself with
Mm.
means we all are learner. If I'm not doing means for me personally, if I can't do something, I will never say other person to do it, because I never tried myself. If I didn't try it, how can I say that someone else will try? So first try and apply everything on yourself, then you understand all the perspective regarding the life. And I have so many life experiences, and
Could
that's why
write
I
a
can.
book, Monikaji.
So
Autobiography of Monikaji on its way.
many life experiences and real experiences, not the fake one, where people were too much shocked with my life incidents. What means, how a normal person, like in that situation, I always, most of the time, do and die, do and die, do and die. And I choose, like, okay, never give up, try, 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 try. And that and always in a complete surrender that my master is with me, my guru is with me, my guru will take care of me. And always saying, Guru, you need to take care of me and my kids both. I'm leaving my kids to you. This is, my kids are your responsibility, I'm your responsibility. Like,
Boatsy.
the guru
Yeah.
is my best friend.
Best way. Yeah. Best way.
Yeah, always. If you make means you surrender. When you believe, you have that blind, I have a blind faith in universe. And I always say that, universe, you guide me, Babaji, you will guide me. I don't know which way I have to go, and always divine take me uh, to the right direction. And I think whatever happened, it happened for a reason. Like, you won't repeat the same pattern again and again. Until and unless you stop doing the same stupid thing, divine will take you to the same lessons again and again. I personally learned from my life, like, oh, why I'm not growing, because I was I have to means change my environment. I was in the same environment from a long time, where even I was not growing, but I'm still focusing and thinking that something will change. And this all things happens when you have a guru in your life who tell you, follow the right path, do the right thing, and have faith. And the more we have the faith within ourselves, the more we make our life easy.
Mm.
Always think, like, there is no one else for you. It's just you. Seriously, and it happens, means all the time. If anything happens, who is there first for you? You're for yourself. No
Mm.
one else. And once it becomes your habit, once it is you become your own priority, things change.
Mm.
We are so much depend on other people. I'm not saying we don't need other people, but don't be depend on other people, that you things are sometimes very temporary, they are not always available. Then you are again in that attachment game. Attach yourself. And thank you to Guru Ma, thank you, Lord Buddha, for those calm energies, and how beautifully Lord Buddha is explaining from his own life that luxurious life is nothing. It was an illusion. The truth is when he find himself within him. And see, after finding himself, so many people means through him got that transformation. So beautiful. Thank you so much for choosing this book.
Oh, thank you so much, Monica ji, for enabling me to do this and making me do this. It was your idea, you're the inspiration. You just said, go and find a book. And I just felt as though this book was reaching out to me and talking to me, saying, pick me up, pick me up. I nearly bought the book twice. Have I told you? I nearly bought the same book twice because I bought it, put it away, forgot I had it. And I said to the lady in the store, which book would you recommend I should get? What would you know which book she said? This book. It was meant to be. We were meant to share it so everybody can learn from it. So deep, deep gratitude to you, Lord Buddha, Guru Ma, Babaji, and all the divine masters for this amazing experience. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll meet again tomorrow. Shubhradri.